The majority of my LED customers are collectors or museums that require display lighting, LED display lighting for cabinets. Now, saying that, it's not to say that we can't have some fun now and again. And so what we have here and that we're offering are commercial or industrial grade LED wall washers. Now, an LED wall washer basically is an array of high intensity LED lights that can be controlled remotely by a handheld remote controller, and the color or hue can be varied, and the operation, like whether they want to be switched on or off, and also if they want to be flashing or modulated in many different ways. In this video I will just show you the simple changing the color. If you purchase one, there's many more options that you can do, and some of them you probably find annoying, like having them flashing on or off and that sort of thing, but for a basic wall wash, these are incredible. So what I'll do is approach the desk, grab the little hand controller, step back and change the colour, and that's the little hand controller. And basically with this you can see there's a little rotation. Well, you just touch your finger around and change the colour, and down here are the intensity of whether you want it brighter or darker, and then whether you want them to flash or not. But in this video I'm just going to change the colour hue. So you've got a complete spectrum. I'm not sure how well this will turn out on the video because it's actually quite bright, and I'm obviously in the offices with the lights turned down, but it does give you some idea of in the evening or how you could set the mood to a room. I mean, I can see even on my video monitor that when it's I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll go to the blue and see if I can just get it to moderate. There we go. There, you see, that's what I mean by just turning down the intensity. So I've just turned it down for the sake of the filming, and then if we go through the colour range, you can see that's very quickly the colours. But if we up the brightness again, and then what I'm going to do now is just approach, I think we go to a red because it's probably a bit easier on the eyes, but I'll show you the device. So it's a bit of a mess on the floor here, but basically that's the array of LED lights. There's me changing the colours. They're on a fairly substantial heavy aluminium bar with little leg footings with screws, so it can be attached to a floor mount or wall mount and rotated on that. And then down here we basically have the remote controller. That little silver box there is a remote controller, which is me operating it remotely here, and then that just goes to one of our normal, that's actually only a 15-watt driver, which I sell for the normal LED lighting. So it's a really neat piece of kit, and a bit of fun. I mean, if you have a room where you want to just have some really cool lighting, I have to say, as you can probably imagine, because it's commercial industrial grade quality, this is not a Mickey Mouse thing that you purchase in B&Q or IKEA. This is pretty specialist kit, and that's why actually when you look at the wiring connections, it is pretty specialist, but so cool. So that's an LED wall wash. I am going to actually switch off and then put the main lights on, because then I mean, obviously this is great in the evening, it shows the imperfections of our office wall, but what I'll do is turn off, switch the lights on, and just see that you can still actually have it. The lighting in this office is quite bright, so I'll just go and switch off and put the main lights on a minute. Yeah, so I've switched the lights on. We have basically some very quite high intensity modern fluorescents that illuminate this room quite brightly. And if I grab the controller again, you can see even with the bright lights on in the office here, you can still see obviously it's bright, and I'll show you again the wiring in the that's the LED array with its footings. It can rotate on those footings, so you can imagine you could secure that to the floor, or a movable base, or attach it to the floor. It rotates on those. It will connect to another one. That cable there is a connection, so you could have a whole row of them if you could afford it. And then that's the connection to the remote, which you don't need. Well, no, you do need. Otherwise, they'd stay on as a row of white, because all the lights would come on together. So you do need a remote. And then that's just the ordinary, one of my ordinary 15-watt drivers. So the message is, we are allowed a bit of fun now and again.